Coming at you live from Skeleton City. Today's video is on my recent weight gain. So this video was inspired by a recent comment made by one of my favorite trolls, so let's read that first. Wow, you look really puffy or bloated in the face here. Let me guess, you gained 15 pounds? Alright, so this loser always leaves hate comments on everything. He's never said anything positive about anything to do with my channel or anything else. All he does is spread negativity, so I really don't take anything he says seriously. However, what this guy always does is he calls me the A word. So let's pretend I actually am the A word. You know, the word that starts with an, ends with exic. Let's pretend I'm an A word. If you really think I have an issue, why would you even say that to me? Like, let's just use Eugenia Cooney, for example. Let's pretend Eugenia Cooney, she gets in an accident, she breaks a bone, or she gets sick, and we all know she's not in a healthy place mentally. Like, she has an issue. So let's pretend she overcomes that issue, and she actually convinces herself that she's going to feed her body and nourish it and repair her broken bone or whatever her issue, her illness is. And then somebody goes in there and says, "Wow, Eugenia, you really put on some weight. You look bloated. You look puffy." That person is pure evil, especially whenever that person has been claiming this whole time that she has an issue, she needs to get help or whatever. And then they're going to go and turn around, and as soon as she starts becoming healthy and healing, then they go and criticize her appearance. Like, that's honestly like pure evil behavior. And that's what this guy is. He's a total jerkwad loser. Definitely not happy in life. Like, nobody that just goes around constantly leaving hate comments is ever happy in life. So anyways, the point is, this guy's had such an issue with my body and that I'm too skinny, I'm too this, I'm too that. And then as soon as I start gaining a little bit of weight, he goes and basically tries to offend me, which it doesn't matter to me because I already said in prior videos, I'm just here to heal my bone. I'm just here to get healthy. I was not healthy after the crash. I broke my collarbone and I was in a state of illness, if you will. And now I don't really care. Like, my weight doesn't matter to me. I just want to get healthy so I can get back on the bike, just get back to living life normally, not have to be constantly sitting on the couch and having my wife help me do everything all day long. So for me and my wife and my family, I just want to get healthy as quick as possible. And you know what? In all fairness, though, this is a weight loss channel. Like, I put myself out there as a weight loss channel. So I already knew from the get-go, like, I post pictures of myself with no shirt on, flexing, looking all skinny or whatever. So that basically, I would imagine 95% of people, why are you here? You're probably here to lose weight. And you're putting me under a microscope, and I get that. You're looking at me and analyzing everything. You're just wanting to make sure that whatever I'm doing is working for me. So I totally understand that. And I'm not offended that people are, looking at me like, hey, you kind of look like you're gaining a little bit of weight, or what's going on? Or they want to know if I'm gaining weight. I would want to know the same thing if I was in your guys' position. So I'm not like annoyed or mad or anything of anyone that, wants to ask about my weight. But if you're going to do it in like a negative connotation, like, you look really bloated, it's like, yeah, dude, I just got in a freaking bike accident and had surgery. Like, what do you think? Like, did you think my body was going to stay exactly the same? So now, to the weight gain. Am I puffy, bloated? I think so. It's funny, I already said that to my wife. I was like, wow, you can really see in my face, I'm a lot more puffy. Why is that? Okay, so I've gained, give or take, 5 to 6 pounds-ish. I haven't actually weighed myself like a true weight in the morning. Like, usually, normally, if I want to weigh myself and get like an accurate weight, I'll wake up, take a dump and actually clear everything out so I can get an accurate weight. But lately, it doesn't even matter. I just wake up, drink my water. It doesn't really matter to me. So I don't totally know how much I've gained, but it's around 5 to 6 pounds. So now, what is that? Did I gain 5 to 6 pounds of fat in the last, 2 to 3 weeks since my accident? Who knows, really? I guess we can break it down. So first, I get in a traumatic bicycle accident. I break my collarbone. There's a lot of inflammation. There's a lot of stress involved with that accident. Cortisol levels are probably raised. So that's going to cause some amount of weight gain, I would imagine. Then I have a traumatic surgery where they cut open into my shoulder. They drill screws and metal plates and hooks into my bones and fuse them together and then seal me back up. They put me on antibiotics when I was at the hospital and then a cocktail of who knows what kind of pain medications. Did that cause some weight gain? Probably, I would imagine. Then in order to heal my bone properly, I increased my lean protein intake. So at one point I was up to like 150 grams of protein in a day. So for me, I'm pretty light, so that's a lot of protein. So did that affect my weight? Maybe. Did that add muscle? I don't know. Maybe. I'm not sure. And that's the thing. It's like, who knows what was really added? Was it muscle? Was it fat? Was it inflammation? Water retention? Who knows? And then water retention, next thing, I stopped eating in the satisfied zone of the hunger meter and went full stuffed. I just jumped right over the full part of the hunger meter and went full stuffed. I just wanted to be stuffed at every meal because I wanted to be in a caloric surplus. I wanted to make sure I was eating not just enough calories, but more than enough. Basically, I wasn't counting calories or anything, but I just ate until I was stuffed at every meal, just so I knew for certain I was giving my body all the nutrients and the vitamins and minerals it needed to heal my bone. So with all that eating, coming from tier 1 down to tier 3, that means a lot more salty foods, a lot more starchy foods, which means a lot more water retention as well. So there's that. And then obviously I'm broken, so no more exercise. So I went from, burning, upwards of 1,000 to 2,000 calories a day of just exercise. And now I'm burning no calories per day because all I do is sit on the couch. So no more exercise, no more movement, very, very, very sedentary now. So did that cause some extra weight gain? I would imagine. And then finally, one of the most underrated things for weight loss or weight gain, my sleep has been terrible for 3 weeks now. At the beginning, I was sleeping sitting upright. And I would basically only sleep for 2 to 3 hours at a time. Like for the whole night, I was never getting more than 5 hours. It was usually 4.5. So terrible sleep. Only until recently have I now been hitting the 7-hour mark. But what I always have needed for basically my whole life is 8. I need 8 to 8.5. Sometimes 9. That's that sweet spot. 8.5 is really the sweet spot that I need to feel, fully recovered and healthy. I haven't got 8 hours of sleep in 3 weeks now. So is that causing some amount of weight gain? Raise cortisol, something? I would imagine yes. So yeah, I have gained some weight. I'm looking a little fuller. I'm not worried about it. I went from dungeon tier Skeleton City to now basically just regular Skeleton City. And I don't really care. Like I already said, my goal is not my aesthetic right now. My goal has never been my aesthetic. It's always been performance, but it's really not my aesthetic right now. I don't care what I look like. I'm just looking to heal as fast as possible. So yeah, so shout out to the troll. Thanks for the comment. You gave me some content to make today. And until next time, my friends, stay bloated.